Yeah, welcome back, race fans, to Right Rear Racing. I'm your host, Donnie Watts, and we have our Dirt Series Promotions Spring Showdown in the Pro Late Models here at Federated Auto Parts Raceway at I-55. They're going to complete a 60-lap main event, and tonight we have 34 drivers making the call. So the rundown will be as follows: the 6-minute hot laps, which they just completed. Then we're going to have a 2-lap qualifying, followed by 4 heat races, with the top 4 being inverted. and it's going to be an 8-lap heat race with the top 4 transferring going straight to the 60-lap main event tonight. Then we're going to have 2 B mains with 8 laps with the top 3 transferring from each, and then we're going to have a quick warm-up session, and following that is going to be your 60-lap main event with the 22 car starting field. And you have your qualifying happening now, as the 3 of Cody Connor was out there, and he did a 12:09. That's going to put him 3rd on the leaderboard. We're going to follow along with the 2 of Alan Bergen, as he's coming out there and completing his first lap. We're going to take a look as he comes out of in turn 1. He's going to get a 12:88. That's going to put him 14th. Here he comes around in turn number 3 for his second lap. As he comes out of turn number 4, he's going to get a 13:29. That slip up there, enter turn 1 costume, it looks like. And Bradley Putman is getting the outside going. He's blinking here. We're going to go find someone else as we go on board with Lucas Powell. Lucas Powell in that 0:29 moved up to 14th on his qualifying lap with a 12:44. He just got bumped down to 16th. And here he comes out of turn 4 for his second lap, as he's going to move up to 13th with a 12:24. Brandon Rich in the 3:57. He's currently sitting 7th. And he completed his 2 laps with a quick time of a 12:09. Drew Hopkins in the 1:57 completed a 12 flat on his first lap, and his second lap here is going to be another 12 flat. We still have some drivers out trying to qualify, I believe, as we have the 1:09 of James Braswell. And he's going to qualify 3rd with a 12:01. And we have Caden McQuarter with an 11:99 in that 0:14. Joey Neese is still out there making a few laps. And we have Tyler Carter in that 0:20 machine for getting his first lap as he comes down the back straightaway. He's going to enter turn number 3. Got confused there. His first lap was going to be a 12:53. He's coming out turn 4 for his second lap, and his second lap is even better. That's going to put him up to 21st with a 12:22. And we still have Travis not yet qualifying, but qualifying is over with. So we're going to have our first heat race tonight. Again, that's going to be 4 cars transferring to your main event. And heat race number 1, Cody Connor in that 3 machine. He's going to be on the pole. On his outside is going to be the 212 of Briley Putman. Inside row number 2, we have Michael Carter in the 015. On his outside is going to be Caden McWhorter in that 014. Row 3, we have Colton Snyder in the 24. On his outside is going to be Tyler Carter in the 020. Inside row number 4, we have Earl Arts Jr. in the 61. And on his outside is going to be Dalton in the 114. And rounding out the field for your first heat race for tonight is going to be Alan Bergen in the 2 machine. Again, it's going to be 8 laps, and we are going to take the top 4 for your to go straight to your main event. The rest are going to go to an 8-lap B main race, 1 of 2, as they're still waiting on Tyler Carter of the 020, I believe. Briley Putman, everyone's going to make the call for your first heat race. As we move this line for you here. And everyone above that red line will be transferring to your main event tonight. as Cody Connor in that 3 machine is going to leave the field. And he's going to be coming out turn 4. The pace truck's still there. This time around, they're getting the rolled up green flag. They're ready to go green flag racing next time around, led by Cody Connor. Michael Carter on his outside in that 015, the 014 of Caden McWhorter on the inside row. On the inside and on outside of him is going to be Colton Snyder. Again, those were top 4 were inverted for their heat race. And the pace truck lights were off. I thought we were going to go green flag racing. As the lights are still off, I believe we should be going racing this time around. As they maintain their speed, enter turn number 3, the pace truck's going to dive off into the infield. They're coming out turn 4. They're waiting for that green flag. The green flag's dropped. They're going to go green flag racing. The 3 is going to lead us into turn number 1. He's going to slide up, and the 015 is going to do a crossover. We're going to be 3 wide coming out turn number 2. We're going to be going 3 wide in 3. Here comes the 14, throwing a slide job on the 15. And at the lead, it's going to be Michael Carter still in that 15 machine. Here comes the 14 trying to throw crossover move on the 15. This is your battle for first between the 14 and the 15. Here goes the slide job by the 14 in 3 and 4. They're going to be side by side at the line, and it was going to be Caden at the line as we are going into turn 3 again. We're doing a slide job. They're doing crossovers. They're battling it out. We also have a battle for your transfer position between the 212 Bradley Putman and Cody Connor in that 3 machine as they're battling it out for their last final transfer spot. We're coming out, and we have contact with, I believe that was Cody Connor making contact back there, and it's going to be Caden McWhorter leading us at the halfway point with the 212 of Bradley Putman looking down low. As they come out turn 2 down the back straightaway, it's still going to be McCart. And we have a caution flag coming out. We're going to go back and take a look at seeing who that was on. And thank you everyone for liking the stream. Please feel free to go back and follow and subscribe as we take a look at and go on board here with Colton Snyder. As Snyder's down low, he's in that final transfer spot right there. He comes out and hits that outside wall right in front of the field, loses the spoiler, and broke his right front, and that's going to bring out the first caution flag of tonight's race. And I don't know what happened. All right, and we're back here with Caden leading the field in turn number 3. He's going to hit that loud pedal. He's ready to go. As he comes out of turn 4, he's going to lead the field. Bradley Putman is in second. The 15 of Michael Carter is going to look down low as they come out turn number 2. He's going to maintain that 3rd position. Dalton in that 114, he's moved up 4 spots into that final transfer spot. And here comes the 20 machine down low. That's going to be Tyler Carter trying to make a move. He didn't clear him, and we're going to come out of turn 4 for one last time, and Caden's going to take the win, followed by Bradley Putman. Michael Carter and Dalton in the 114 will be your final transfer spots for tonight's main event. And the rest of your heat race results for heat race number 1. This is not what I'm bringing up here. And your starting lineup for heat race number 2. Sorry about that for the final results for heat race number 1, as it did not want to pull up. Cale Smith in that 115, he's going to be on the pole. On the outside of him is going to be the 9 of Brad Allman. Inside row number 2, we have the 51 of Jacob Laster. On his outside is going to be Drew Hopkins in the 157. Inside row number 3, we have Joey Neese in the 5 machine. Outside of him is going to be the 12 of Dylan McKee. Inside row number 4 is Cody in that 035, and on his outside is going to be Brad Lawson in the 85. And rounding out the field is going to be the 89 of Travis. As the field is led by Kel Smith in that 115. Again, this is your heat race number 2 of 4. And the top 4 will be transferred into your main event. The rest are going to go to a B main, which is going to be 8 laps with the top 3 transferring. as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. The pace truck should be pulling off, and we're going to go green flag racing. And once they come out of turn number 4 and get that green flag, and they're getting the green flag, they're going to go hit that loud pedal. The 9 of Brad Allman is going to get a good jump on the outside, as the 115 is going to get a good run down low. He's going to come up across and cut the 9 machine off. We're going to be 3 wide, 4 wide now, coming out turn number 4 for your first lap, and this is going to be led by Brad Allman in that 9 machine. The 157 is going to be looking down low as they go in turn number 1, and we have contact back there with the driver that was in 4th. Brad Allman still running that high side. He's getting that momentum going as the 115 follows him. It's going to be a battle here between the 9 and the 157 as they come down the back straightaway. The 9 is going to clear Drew Hawkins as they come in turn number 3. Again, the top 4 transfer to your main event tonight, and that's currently the 9, the 157, the 115, and the 12 as we have battle there for your 4th position. And right here's your race here as they reach the halfway point. That's going to be the 9 of Brad Allman late in the field. He hits that outside wall. The 157 is going to get momentum here on the bottom side, and they're still going to be side by side. And they're in turn number 3. Coming out turn 4, the 157 is going to be your new leader with 5 laps down, 3 laps remaining. The 9 is going to be getting the high side going. If there's any action going back there for your transfer spot, that's where we're going to go next, as we are going to reach 2 laps. That's going to be 3 laps remaining. No. It just changed on me. It's 2 laps remaining as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, still led by the 157. The 157 is going to throw a slide job here and cut the 9 off with his momentum. Here comes the 9 machine down low as they take the white flag. This is your battle for the lead between the 9 and the 157. The 9 of Brad Allman is going to get that momentum down low as he throws a slide job here. Here comes, we're going to be 3 wide coming out turn number 4. The 157 of Drew Hopkins is going to take the win, followed by the 115 of Kel Smith and the 9 of Brad Allman, and followed by the 12 of Dylan McKee for your final transfer spots for heat race number 2. The rest are going to go to your 1 of 2B mains. And we're going to see if we can get the results to work for you here. As I don't know why your results are not working for you, we're going to go straight into your heat race number 3 lineup here. And that's going to be Evan Hinkle in that 7 machine. He's going to be on the pole. Braden Rich, the 357, is going to be on his outside. Inside row number 2, we have the 747 of Tyson Banks. Outside of him is going to be James Braswell Jr. in the 109. Row 3, we have Logan in the 64, and on his outside is going to be Lucas Powell in the 029. Row 4, we have Hunter Hensley in the 65, and on his outside is going to be Kevin Colburn in the 1 machine. And that's going to complete the lineup for heat race number 3 for tonight. And with the results not working during the warm-up session right after the Bs, I'm going to go ahead and restart my program over here so that way we can get everything going, running correctly. As the pace truck lights are off, we enter turn number 1. We're going to be led by Evan Hinkle in that 7 machine as they come out of turn number 2, waiting for that green flag as they come out of turn number 4 this time around. And the pace truck dives off. There it goes. Evan Hinkle in that 7 machine hitting that loud pedal. The 357 is going to get a good jump here on the outside. He's going to get that momentum coming out of turn number 2. And the 7 machine pinched it off before he came up there and made contact with the 357. They're still going to be side by side as they come out turn number 4. There were 3 wide right behind the leader. The 357 of Braden Rich is going to lead lap number 1. James Braswell in that 109 is going to be in second. The 747 of Tyson Banks is going to be battling out for 3rd, and that's going to be with Evan Hinkle. Evan Hinkle is going to be holding off the 64 machine. And I should say Evan Hinkle and Tyson Banks are trying to hold off that 64 machine as they're both on the bubble there. And Logan Kodals just throws a slide job on the 7 machine and did not clear it, looked like, and that's going to bring out the caution flag. And we're going to go take another look at it and see what happened exactly. As we go on board with the 7 machine of Evan Hinkle, you see the 64 goes down low, throws that slide job, and just parks it right there, and we have contact. And that's going to bring out your first caution flag of the heat race. And it might help if I get the timing board going for y'all. Got too interested in that call. Thank you again for joining in here on Right Rear Racing. And the 357 of Braden Rich, he's going to be leading the field, followed by the 109 of James Braswell. Tyson Banks in the 747 is going to be second, followed by the 1 of Kevin Coburn. That's going to be your final, or your top 4 transferring. Hunter Hensley in the 65 machine, the 029 of Lucas Powell, the 7 of Evan Hinkle, and the 64 rounds out the field. As the field appears to be good, we're going to go green flag racing next time around. Should be a single file restart. As they take the green flag, they're going to reach the halfway point of heat race number 3. The 357's hitting that loud pedal. He's going to get a good jump here. And the 109 is going to be right there with Tyson Banks in third, followed by the 1 of Kevin Colburn. And that's going to be your top 4 transferring. And we have 1 in the wall back there. And that looks like it's going to be Hunter Hensley. In the 65 machine, we're going to go back and take a look as we have another caution flag coming out for heat race number 3. As we go on board and with the 65 of Hunter Hensley. Hits that outside wall in the front straightaway and just rides the wall and breaks that right front tire. The spoiler pops off for a little bit. And again, that's going to be your second caution flag for heat race number 3. As the top 4 is still the same. Lucas Powell is going to be moving up to 5th. Evan Hinkle is going to move up to 6th. And Logan in the 64 is going to move up to 7th. And thank you for sharing the stream, Drew Hawkins. And we're going to go green flag racing next time around. They're led by the 357 of Braden Rich, coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As he's waiting for that pace truck to dive off in turn 3 and 4. He's going to be on that high side. He's hitting that loud pedal. He's coming out turn 4, leading the field. He's going to be followed by the 109 of James Braswell, the 747 of Tyson Banks, and 109 of James Braswell. He's going to throw a slide job. He's not going to clear it. Here goes his 357 on the outside. Here comes the 747 down low. He's going to try to do a 2-for-1 special as he split them and going to take over second momentarily as the 109 of James Braswell is going to take over your second position. We're still battling out here as we just took the white flag. It's going to be these 3 drivers battling it out for the top 3 positions, as it looks like the 357 is going to come out turn number 4 for the last time and win heat race number 3. 109 of James Braswell, followed by the 747 of Tyson Banks, and then the 1 of Kevin Coburn. As you've seen, the 109 and the 747 make contact as they were coming out turn number 4, as they were coming around the line. And I'm going to try one more time for your results, as I don't think it's going to work. Again, I don't know why the results are not working, but we're going to go with your heat race number 4 starting lineup. That's going to be Joshua Hawkins in that 98 machine. He's going to be on the pole. Outside of him is going to be the 83 of Josh Smith. Inside row number 2, we have Tyler Burrow in the 35. Outside of him is going to be Zachary in the 17. Row 4, we have Jordan in the 27. And on outside of him is going to be Jordan Moore in the 522. Row 4, we have Alan Westland in the 20, and on the outside of him is the 96 of Matt Mitchell. And this is your last heat race for the night, as it's heat race number 4. Then we're going to go into our 2 consies. As the field's led by Joshua Hawkins in that all-black car, the pace truck's going to be diving off. As we're going to go green flag racing this time around, coming out turn number 4. And the green flag's dropped. The 83 is going to get a good jump on the outside. Here goes the 98 down low. He's going to lead the field out of turn 2. The 83 is getting momentum here. Here comes the 35 of Tyler Burrow looking down low. As he comes out of turn 4, he's going to be leading the lap number 1. And the 98 is going to take that high side here. We're going to be side by side. This is going to be for a battle for your final transfer spot, and that's going to be between Josh and Jordan in that 27 machine there momentarily. As those two moved up, I don't know what happened. We're making contact. We're going to be following along as there's contact back there with the last transfer spot, the 17 machine. Zachary's trying to get that high side going as well. He's trying to take over that 27 machine for that last transfer spot. They're going to be 3 wide right behind Josh, coming for the 4th position, as the 17 of Zachary's going to hold it off. Here goes the 83 on the outside as we're halfway through with heat race number 4. As we go back in the field just a little bit, and we have contact back there between, that was the 522 and the 27, as the 98 of Joshua Hawkins in that all-black car. He's in your final transfer spot, as we have 2 laps remaining in heat race number 4, as they come out of turn number 2, enter turn number 3. It's going to be led by Tyler Burrow in that 35 machine, as he's taking the white flag, entering turn 1 and 2 for one last time. As he goes down the back straightaway, there's a battle for second between the 83 and the 17. As the 83 is taking the high side, Tyler Burrow is going to win heat race number 4, followed by Joshua Smith, Zachary in that 17 machine, and Joshua Hawkins are going to be in your final transfer spots for heat race number 4. As up next, we have a 8-lap consolation race, followed by another 8-lap consolation race to fill out your field for your top 22 drivers for tonight's main event. And starting on the pole for your first consolation race for tonight is going to be the 020 of Tyler Carter. On the outside of him is going to be the 7 of Evan Hinkle. Inside row number 2, we have Alan Bergen in the 2 machine. On his outside is going to be the 64 of Logan. Inside row number 3, we have the 3 car of Cody Connor. On the outside of him is going to be Lucas Powell in the 029. Inside row number 4, we have Colton Snyder in the 24 machine, and on his outside is going to be Hunter Hensley in the 65. And rounding out the field for your first consolation race is going to be Earl Arts Jr. in the 61. Again, this is an 8-lap race. The top 3 are going to make the transfer for tonight's main event. As we move that red line up, the pace truck's going to dive off in turns 3 and 4. Here comes the 20 machine leading the field to the green, and that's going to be Tyler Carter as he is slow on the throttle. The 7 machine of Evan Hinkle is going to hit that loud pedal and get that momentum on the outside. Logan in the 64 machine is going to take over your second position, as the 020 is going to maintain third, and we have a caution flag. I believe that caution flag was for that start, most likely, as there's no accidents showing up on my screen. As they're going to line up and do an original restart. Again, the top 3 of this 8-lap C main will go into your A main tonight. The 20 machine of Tyler Carter is going to be leading us to the green, as he's going to hit that loud pedal, get a better jump here as he goes in turn 1 and 2 down low. The 7 of Evan Hinkle is going to be on the high side. The 64 is going to follow suit, as those 2 drivers are on the high side. This 7 machine, as everything's bobbling around here. The 3 of Cody Connors coming up. He's in that 4th position. He's not going to make the main sitting there, as these 3 drivers are currently on your screen. They're in the final transfer spot. We're going to go see if all these drivers are going to reel them in, as the 64 machines of Logan is on that bubble. He's running the high side right behind the 7 of Evan Hinkle. Evan's going to take the lead coming out turn 4 that last lap. The 64 is on the outside wall. We're halfway through with your C main, as the 7 machine is going to get that momentum on the outside. Enter turn number 3. He's going to lead the lap here, as the 20 machines maintaining his ground down there on the bottom side. They're going to be side by side. The 7 is going to lead us in turn number 3, as the 64 is going to try to follow suit right behind the 7 machine. He's going to take over that 2nd position, as we are 2 laps remaining in this C main event. And the 20 machines just holding on down low. Here comes Cody Connor in that 3 machine. He's trying to make it interesting on this last lap, as they just got the white flag at the flag stand, and the 3 machines reeling in that 20 machine. And that's going to be for your final transfer spot, as we go and watch it. Here comes the 7 taking the win, followed by the 64 and the 20 in 3rd. And you see there, Cody Connor was hot on his heels. I'm sure probably about 2 laps he would have been right there ready to go. And that's going to conclude your C main. And I think I might have figured out my issue. We're going to go check your results for your C main event. The top 3, they made it to your main event. That's going to be Evan Hinkle, Logan Caudles, and Tyler Carter. Cody Connor, Colton Snyder rounds out your top 5. Earl Arts Jr. in 6th. Hunter Hensley in 7th. Lucas Powell in 8th. And Alan Bergen rounds out the field. And we're going to have our 2nd B main on the field now. And your starting lineup is going to be Jacob Laster in that 51 on the pole. Outside of him is going to be Jordan Moore in the 522. Row 2, we have Cody in the 035. On his outside is going to be Alan Westland in the 20. Inside row number 3, we have Brad Lawson in the 85. Outside of him is going to be Jordan in the 27. Row 4, we have Joey Neese in the 5. Outside of him is going to be the 96 of Matt Mitchell. And rounding out the field for your 2nd B main is going to be Travis in the 89 machine. As we're ready to go green flag racing, they're getting the rolled up green flag, as next time around we're going to go green. And the pace strokes off. The field is led by Jacob Laster in that 51. As he's getting the green flag, he's ready to go. He's going to leave the field down into turn number 1. And the 22 machine is going to slip up to the high side. They're going to be 3 wide, right behind your top 3 transfer spots there. As the 035 and the 522 are battling out there for your 2nd position. The 85 of Brad Lawson wants to see that happen right behind him, so that way he can try to get into the action here and get into that final transfer spot. Thank you, everyone, for liking the stream. We're going to back up just a little bit so that way we can kind of see the action. As Jordan and Cody are battling out for 2nd, Jordan's going to get that low side going. As soon as I got away from Brad back there, he ends up getting into that outside wall. We're going to go take a look at what happened there. As we see the 85s up high, and they're coming out turn 2. They're still side by side. He's entering that high side. He went in just a little bit too hot and over-rotated it as they went in turn number 3. And that's going to bring out your first caution flag for your 2nd B main tonight. And the field still led by Jacob Laster in that 51, followed by the 522 of Jordan Moore. The 035 of Cody will sit 3rd. The 5 of Joey Neese is moved up 3 spots, and he's sitting in your 4th position. As Allen in the 20 machine is 5th. Jordan will be in the 6th position, and we're going to go green flag racing next time around, led by the 51 of Jacob Laster. And he's in that start area. He's hitting that loud pedal, leading the field to the green flag, as we're now halfway through with your B main. The 51 of Jacob Laster is going to lead the field down the back straightaway, and Jordan Moore in that 522 is going to be sitting second. Cody in the 35 is going to be in third with the 5 looking down low. This is going to be battle for your transfer spot between the 5 and the 35 as they're side by side coming out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. And we still have side by side action here as they come out turn 3 or turn 4 for a little bit. As Cody hits that outside wall, here comes the 5 looking on the hard charge here. He's going to probably look down low here soon as they're getting the popsicle sticks this time around, as we have 2 more laps remaining for your B main before we lead up to a warm-up session and your 60-lap main event. It's going to be the 35 of Cody still holding on to that final transfer spot as the 5 of Joey Neese is on that outside bubble. They just got the white flag. Can Cody hold off Joey as Jacob Laster is getting that high side going? He's going to lead us in turn number 3 as he comes out turn 4. He's seeing the checker flags. He's going to win your B main number 2, followed by Jordan Moore in that 522 with Cody in the 035 rounding out the top 3 and your final transfer spot for B main number 2. And to take a look at the rest of your results, Joey Neese in that 5 machine finishes 4th. Travis in the 89 rounds out your top 5. Jordan in the 27, 6th. Brad Lawson in the 85 finishes 7th. Matt Mitchell in the 96 finishes 8th. And Alan Westland in the 20 machine rounds out the field. And as these drivers do some warm-up session here, I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, get me some water, and get ready to go for your 60-lap main event. Those heat races and B mains, they're side by side. They're throwing sliders everywhere. Just imagine the anticipation that's going to happen for your 60-lap main event. And your starting lineup for your main event is going to be the 014 of Caden McWhorter. On his outside is going to be Drew Hopkins in the 157. Row 2, we have Braden Rich in that 357. On his outside is going to be Tyler Burrow in the 35. And row 3, we have the 212 of Briley Putman. And on his outside is the 115 of Cale Smith. Row 4 is James Braswell in the 109. On his outside is going to be the 83 of Josh Smith. Row 5 is Michael Carter in the 015. Outside of him is going to be the 9 of Brad Allman. Row 6 it has Tyson Banks on the inside with the 747. Outside of him is going to be Zachary in the 17. Row 7 we have Dalton in the 114. On the inside, outside of him is going to be Dylan McKee in the 12. And row 8 has Kevin Colburn in this one machine. Outside him is going to be Joshua Hawkins in the 98. Row 9 has Evan Hinkle in the 7. Outside him is going to be Jacob Laster in the 51. Row 10 has Logan in the 64. Outside him is going to be Jordan Moore in the 522. And rounding out the field for your 22 car field is going to be Tyler Carter in that 020 machine on the inside, and Cody in that 035 rounding out the field. As the lights are off, we're going to go green flag race the next time around. The field is led by the 14 machine of Caden McWhorter. As the pace truck dives in, they're waiting until they come out turn 4. They're still stacked up, and we are green flag racing as the 157 is going to take that high side up there out by the wall. The 357 is going to try to slide up, and the 157 is going to be down low as they enter turn number 3. He's going to be looking to make lead lap number 1. As at the line, it's going to be the 157 of Drew Hopkins leading lap number 1. We're going to be side by side for the lead between the 157 and the 14 as they go down the back straightaway in turn number 3. Coming out turn number 4, the 157 is going to have about a half a car length on them, or half a car on them. As they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway once again, the 157 is running that low side as the 14 is looking outside. Briley Putman in that 212 machine, he's looking down low as well. We just got a slide job by the 14 machine as he's going to take the lead. Coming out turn 2, Drew Hawkins looks down low, and turns 3 and 4, he's going to maintain the lead as we're 4 laps down into this event. The 14 machine is going to be on the outside this time around, and 1 and 2. As Drew Hawkins changes his lineup, he's going down low. And 3 and 4 now. The 14 machine is trying to get that high side going, and here we go. Looks like we're going to have a slide job in 1 and 2, and he's not going to clear it. We're going to be side by side. This is going to be battle for the lead still between the 14 and the 157. They're going to be side by side and coming out turn 3, and it was the 157 at the line maintaining the lead. And the 14 machine does the slide job. The 157 does a crossover down the back straightaway as they come out turn number 4. The 157 is going to take the lead, and the 14 machine is going to try to throw a slide job. The 157 try to close it off. And they make contact in 1 and 2. And that's going to allow Briley Putman in that 212. He's going to be coming up there and battling it out with the 157. He's trying to take over that second position as we are side by side for second now. And that's with the 157 of Drew Hopkins and the 212 of Briley Putman. As they come out turn number 4, the 157 is going to maintain on to your second position. And he's trying to get that momentum going again to reel in the 14 machine and try to throw a slide job on him. As we're going to be in a line here, we're going to go back just a little bit. I don't think there's going to be much here as the 357 and the 15 are going to be battling out here for your top 5 position. The 357 is currently in 5th with a 15 and 6. That's what they're trying to battle it out there for. As they come out turn 2 down the back straightaway, we're already 12 laps down into your 60-lap main event. These two drivers are still side by side. And right behind them is going to be Josh Smith in that 83 machine. And we're going to have some action up here towards the front as the 14 machine's up high. The 157 of Drew Hopkins, he's going to be running that middle line as the 14 makes contact with the outside wall. We're going to have contact leading in turn number 3. They're Coming out turn number 4, the 157 is going to take the lead as those two drivers ran into each other coming down the back straightaway, entering turn number 3. This is your battle for first between the 157 and the 14 as they go into 3 once again. The 14 machine is going to get that low side going. The 157 is going to be leading the field at the line. The 14 of Katie McWhorter drove it in just a little bit harder in 1 and 2 and threw it out just a little bit. The 157 is going to take over the lead as the 212 of Briley Putman looks on the outside. He's going to try to take over your second position from Katie McWhorter as they come out turn number 2. They make contact once again, and that's going to be the 14 and the 212. As the 14 throws a slide job in turns 3 and 4, he's going to maintain your second position. This is your battle again for second between the 212 and the 14 that you see on your screen. As the 212 is running that midline, the 14 is running the high side. The 35 of Tyler Burrow is going to be in fourth, and we're going to have our first caution flag come out for tonight's A main event as we have completed 18 laps. And we'll go take a look with Kel Smith in that 115. You see the 357 up on the outside wall there, and that's going to be Braden Rich. And we're trying to do it this way. And that's going to be the 357 trying to go outside of the park there for your first caution flag. And it looks like we already have 2 drivers currently in the pits or out. And thank you again for all the support that everyone's given me here tonight with the likes, follows, and subscribing and sharing the videos as well. And it's going to be a Delaware double restart. So the 157 of Drew Hawkins is going to be out in front of the field. And the 212 of Briley Putman is going to pick the top or bottom. And the rest of the field will stack up accordingly. And as we have a moment here, I'd like to say next week on Thursday, March 6th, the Spring Showdown round number 3 is going to be happening at Eldora Speedway. If you're interested in running in that, go to dirt-series.com and on the homepage register for the event. Or register for the series, as they just got the rolled up green flag. They're going to go green flag racing next time around, led by Drew Hawkins in the 157. As Briley Putman and that 212 is going to be down low. And the 14 is going to be on the outside there. And that's Katie McWhorter getting the outside lane going as they come out turn number 2. He's going to get the outside going there and try to pass the 212 and maintain that second position. And the 157's up there as well at the line. It's going to be the 14 machine. Here comes the 14 machine trying to throw a slide job. We're going to have contact between the 157 and the 14 and that slide job as they came out of turn number 2. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Coming out turn number 4, the 14 machine of Katie McWhorter. He's going to lead that lap. And the 212 and the 157, now they're side by side. They're battling out for second as the 212 looks down low, entering turn number 3. The 157 is going to be on the outside there. And coming out turn 4, the 157 has that momentum and maintain your second position. And as you see, we have more drivers piling up, or I say piling up, they're right there entering the field. And Dylan McKee brings out the second caution flag for tonight's race as we go on board with Dylan McKee in that 12 machine. You see him 3 wide right in front of him. They make contact, and he had really nowhere to go, and they push him out of the track there. And that's going to bring out your second caution flag as we have the 212 of Tyler Putman making it, or Briley Putman, sorry, going into the pits. as Drew Hawkins will take over your second position. And Tyler Burrow in that 35 machine is going to move up to third. And for the Dirt Series promotions sponsors, we have Butt Kicker, House of Speed, Finish First Designs, All Out Graphics, and Turn 2 Photography. And it's still have Dylan McKee in the pits as we are 22 laps down for your main event here. And they should be doubling it up here, most likely on the back straightaway. Again, it's going to be a Delaware double file restart with a 14 of Caden McWhorter out front, and then Drew Hawkins in that 157 can choose a lane. It looks like he chose the high side, which is going to put Tyler Burrow in that 35 machine down low, and everyone behind them accordingly. So it's going to be all the even positions on the outside, all the odd positions on the inside from their last positions that they were having, or that they had. And they're getting the rolled up green flag. They're ready to go green flag racing next time around. As you see there, the pace truck lights are off. As Caden in the 14 machine comes out of turn 2, leads the field down the back straightaway. He's ready to hit that turn number 3 start zone. As the pace truck dies off, the 14 is going to get a good jump here in turn number 3 we're going to be side by side for the 35 and the 157 as they go in turn number 1. The 157 is on the outside, getting that cushion working as they come down the back straightaway. The 157 and the 35 are still going to be side by side this year, battle for second as the 157 holds on to your second position. The 15 of Michael Carter, he's trying to reel in the 157 of Drew Hawkins as he's running that high side right behind him. And it looks like we have a hard charger currently of Logan in that 64 machine. He's currently moved up 13 positions as he's currently sitting in 6th. You can see him jumping in and out of the screen there. And the 157's holding on to his second position with the 35, getting some traction down low. Here comes Michael Carter with the slide job in that 15 machine. He's going to take over your third position. And here comes the 64 down low of Tyler Burrow. He's going to move up and battle it out for your fourth position as he's already moved up 15 spots tonight as the 35 does the crossover here. They're going to go in turn 1's 3 wide, and that's going to be the 64, the 109, and the 35. As the leaders top 3 are kind of spaced out just a little bit. And here comes the 64 in that fourth position. Again, he's moved up 15 spots so far. He's trying to reel in the 15 of Michael Carter. As we are halfway with your main event here. I'm sorry, next lap will be halfway, but yes, we are halfway now. As Michael Carter's looking down low in turns 3 and 4, he's trying to gain some ground on the 157 to make a pass for that second position as they come out turn number 2. And the 157's holding on, and they're running almost identical lines as they go in turn 1. We're going to go back towards the field just a little bit, and we'll pay attention here as we go with Josh Smith in that 83 machine. He's battling out for 6th with James Braswell as they come out turn 4, and they make contact entering turn 1. They're going to be 3 wide right behind Josh Smith there as they come out turn number 2, the 189. We have a caution flag coming out, and that's another caution flag for tonight. And I'm going to try to go through and find out what happened there. As we were watching that, I don't think it was that. And there it is right there, right in front of Kevin Coburn. As we go take another look at it again, you see the 20 machine hits the outside there and comes down in front of Bradley Putman. And it gets looped around, and that's going to bring out another caution flag for your main event as we just reached the halfway point. And Caden in that 14 machine is going to be leading the field still, followed by the 157 of Drew Hopkins. And the 15 is going to be Michael Carter in third. With the 64, your current hard charger of Logan. As they're getting the rolled up green flag, they're ready to go as the field looks good. As Caden leads us in turn number 3. He's hit his 3. He's hitting that loud pedal and getting a good jump here. The 157 is going to get that low side going as they on that start there, and they're going to be side by side for a second. The 157 is trying to get that low side going down the back straightaway. The 15 of Michael Carter's trying to squeeze him off down there, and we're going to have a new person in second. That's going to be the 15 of Michael Carter. The 64 of Logan Cottles. He's moved up 15 spots. He's in fourth. He's trying to battle it out with Drew Hopkins in that 157 for third to be in the top 3. And Tyler Burrow in that 35 machine will round out your top 5. The 109 of James Braswell. He's going to be sitting there in 6th with Josh Smith in 7th. And we have contact between Drew Hopkins and Logan Cottles as they come out turn number 2. That was turn number 4. They enter turn 1. The 157 goes on the outside and pushes them, and we have another caution flag as we are 38 laps down into this event. And we go, I believe that was on Jacob Laster. Oh, there it is right there. We'll try taking a look at it there. And you see there 3 wide. The Kevin Colburn, the 12, and the 357 all got into it right there on the front straightaway to bring out another caution flag for tonight's main event. And with that caution flag coming out, the 157 of Drew Hopkins, he's going to maintain that 3rd position with Logan Cottles, and that 64 is going to be in 4th. And Tyler Burrow is going to round out your top 5. Again, it's going to be Caden McWhorter in that 14 machine out in front, followed by the 15 of Michael Carter in 2nd. As the pace truck lights are out, we're going to go green flag racing once again as they come down the back straightaway. And he's in that start area in turn 3. He's hitting that loud pedal. He's ready to go. As he comes out of turn number 4, Caden's going to lead us into turn number 1, followed by Michael Carter in that 15 machine as the 15's running down low and Caden's running up high in 1 and 2. Now they're all going down to the bottom. We're going to have a battle side by side for 3rd with the 64 and the 157 as the 157 tries to hold off that bottom there. Here comes Tyler Burrow down low of the 64 as they go in turn number 3. They're going to be side by side for 4th coming out turn number 4, and it's going to be the 64 holding on to your 4th position. He's trying to reel in that 157 and try to find something to make a pass here as they come out turn number 2. The 157 is going to maintain your 3rd position coming out turn number 4. As you see, the 64 is probably going to go to the high side here, and he just runs that middle line as we have 20 laps remaining in this main event. And it's been Caden battling it out with your top 3 positions since the drop of the green. Michael Carter's moved up 7 positions, and the 64 on your screen now, he's moved up 15 positions, and he is currently in 4th. As they're side by side back there, that's going to be Cody in the 35 machine. He's moved up 15 spots, 14 spots as he's battling it out with Josh Smith in the 83 machine. Here comes Dyson Banks down low. He hits it out, or the inside wall, as they're going to be making contact coming out turn number 4. They're going to keep it straight and keep it green. As Josh Smith gets that outside going, we're going to go up to your front just a little bit as we're still side by side for that 4th position. That's going to be Tyler Burrow and the 64 of Logan Cottles. And these drivers are kind of locked in here as we have 15 laps remaining in this main event. You have James Braswell in that 109. He's going to be sitting in 6th. Cody in the 035 will be trying to hold off Tyson Banks and Josh Smith. In the 115 of Cale Smith, he's trying to move his way up there as he's looking down low. That's going to round out your top 10 for tonight's running order so far. And we're going to go back up there with Tyler Burrow and Logan Cottles. And as soon as I say that, Logan Cottles is hot on the 157 of Drew Hawkins. Rear end here, we're going to be side by side. This is going to be your battle for 3rd. Coming out turn 4, it's still going to be the 157 on the outside. The 64 is still looking down low, and 1 and 2. They're going to be at his rear quarter there. And here, come down the back straightaway. He's trying to reel it in. We have 10 laps remaining in this main event. Can the 64 make a pass on the 157 to get in that top 3 podium position? And they come out turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's going to still be Drew Hawkins at the point. Caden is currently leading the field. We're coming up on lap traffic. The 15 of Michael Carter is going to be sitting in 2nd, followed by Drew Hawkins in the 157. And then we have Logan Cottles in that 64 machine as he's trying anything and everything to make a pass on the 157 of Drew Hawkins. And Logan Cottles is right there at the quarter panel again as they come out turn number 2. He's going to look down low in 3 and 4. He's going to try to throw the slide job. He's going to hit him with that right rear coming out turn 4. It's going to be the 64 Logan Cottles taking over your 3rd position. Here comes the 157 down low. He's going to try return the favor with the right rear as they come out turn number 2. The 35 of Tyler Burrow, he's excited to see that as he's moved up another spot here as we're closing down on the final laps here. The 35 is going to maintain that middle line in turn 1 and 2 and make the pass on the 64 of Logan Cottles. And Michael Carter slowly reeling in the leader of Caden McWhorter as they go in turn 1 and 2 this time. The 14 of Caden McWhorter hits that outside wall just a little bit. This time around, they're going to see 5 laps remaining as you see that lap traffic is right there, right in front of them. And I thought Caden's going to lose his spoiler there in 1 and 2, but it came back as they go in turns 3 and 4. That's still going to be the 14 holding on to your leader there. The 157 and the 35, they're battling out for 3rd. As the 35 looks down low, we're going to have another caution flag come out. And trying to go through the list here. As we go and watch, and I believe that was actually it. As we watch for Jordan Moore here, he should be coming back in, and he glitched out and went over into the pits, or he stopped there and went into the pits as he broke. And that's what brought out the caution flag. It's going to be Caden McWhorter in that 014 machine on the lead at the point, followed by the 15 of Michael Carter. And I know that McWhorter did not want to see that caution flag come out. The 157 of Drew Hawkins is going to be in 3rd, followed by the 35 of Tyler Burrow. And rounding out your top 5 is going to be the 64 of Logan Cottles. and they're ready to go racing next time around. And he's in turn 3. He's hitting that loud pedal. It's going to be Caden McWhorter leading us out turn number 4 and getting a good jump there. Michael Carter in that 15 machine is going to try to run that low side in 1 and 2 as they come out turn 2. It's going to be Caden McWhorter in that 14 machine, followed by the 15 and then 157. This time around, he's getting the 2 to go as we only have 2 more laps remaining in this event. The 35 of Tyler Burrow, he's going to try to look down low of Drew Hopkins as they come out turn number 2. They kind of follow in suit here, and we're getting the white flag this time around, led by Caden McWhorter in that 14 machine. The 15 of Michael Carter is still in second, followed by Drew Hopkins in third. We're going to watch the 14 machine go in turn number 3. As he comes out turn number 4, he's taking the checker flags and winning the main event tonight, followed by Michael Carter in the 015. And then we have Drew Hopkins in the 157 rounding out the podium. And we're going to hear from those top 3 drivers tonight here soon. And your hard charger tonight will be the 035 of Cody. And finishing fourth is going to be Tyler Burrow in the 35. Logan Cottles in the 64 rounds out your top 5. Cody in the 035 in 6th. James Braswell Jr. in the 109 in 7th. Tyson Banks in the 747 in 8th. Josh Smith in the 83 finishes 9th. Cale Smith in the 115 rounds out your top 10 for tonight's main event. Tyler Carter in the 020 finishes 11th. Zachary in the 17 finishes 12th. Evan Hinkle in the 7 machine finishes 13th. Briley Putman in the 212 finishes 14th. Jacob Laster in the 51 finishes 15th. Brad Almond in the 9 machine is 16th. And your 17th position is going to be Dylan McKee in the 12. And the 18th position is going to be Dalton in the 114. In 19th, we have Kevin Coburn in the 1 machine. In the 20th position is going to be Joshua Hawkins in the 98. 21st is going to be Jordan Moore in the 522. And rounding out the field is going to be the 357 of Braden Rich. And we should hear from your top 3 drivers here. I think they're ready to go. And the first driver we're going to hear from is going to be Drew Hopkins. Hey, Drew, you got a copy? Hey, Drew, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, that was a hell of a show. You're battling out there with Caden for the lead for a while, for the track condition as well. Where were you wanting to run out early on in the race compared to the end of the race?
Early on, I was just wanting to get out front, but got doored a few times there and just never recovered from that. And then there towards, we got a little contact after that yellow came out. I slowed up and people behind me didn't, but can't control what they're doing. I think the damage set us back a little bit tonight. And I was really just trying to think Burrows was behind me. He was a lot faster than me there, but we held on. Yeah, the track was difficult there at the end. You just had to be smooth on the throttle. If you got on the gas, it was just going to spin the tires.
And we had the 64 of Logan Cottles. He was coming up there trying to make a pass on you, and then you got saved by a caution flag. Did you try to change up your game plan after that?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know if it was much of a pass, but we regrouped. I was just frustrated. There was a lot of contact out there, but all in all, we got up on the wheel and drove a little bit, and had to give a few doors back, but everybody else was, so that's a little bit of racing.
And with these tiny tracks like this, you're kind of expect the contact like that.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at this track getting out, and usually the bottom comes in. That track was it was a little different tonight, being slick. It was just a lot slicker. It felt like normal. It's probably just me being rusty in the driver's seat, but I think third place is a good finish for us.
Yes, sir. To me, it would be as well if I got a third place finish. So Congratulations on your third place finish. And do you have any sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yes, sir. First and foremost, just want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for letting us come out here and be able to have a little fun on a Thursday night. And I just got to thank Majula Say Speed Shop for all they do for me, Keltner Contracting, Elite Graphics and Design. Just thank you all for broadcasting, and thanks for everybody that puts on the series.
Yes, sir. Congratulations again on your third place finish. And hopefully we catch you here next week for the Eldora race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night, man.
Too.
And there you have it. Your third place finisher, the 157 of Drew Hopkins. And next, we're going to hear from the 15 machine of Michael Carter. And Michael, do you have a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Man, you're moving up there and you're battling out there with the 157 of Drew Hopkins. Were you waiting for a mistake, or what was your kind of a plan of attack there for the second place position?
I found that bottom there, and I think me and Tyler got the race in there, Tyler Burrow, and got to apologize to him. We got together a little bit. I was trying to cut down. He kept kind of sliding up in my line a little bit, so I tried to do a quick cut down, and we got together a little bit, but apologies for that. But, yeah, Drew, I found that bottom line there, and in the middle, it's kind of like bottom of the middle there, and I think he found it too. I guess he seen what I was doing. He kind of moved down, and so I started playing a little above him, and that caution came out, and he took the bottom, and I got the top, and that was just what I needed. And I got around him, and then started working on the 14 there. I really hated that last caution came out, but yeah, man, good race to him and Drew and all them guys up front. It was some really good racing.
And to bring up that last caution there, you seen that lap traffic coming in, and you're starting to reel in Caden there for a little bit with that lap traffic coming in. Were you ready to make a pass and try to hurry up and get around the lap traffic, or?
I was going to try to make it play to my advantage. I think he was burning his stuff up a little bit, and I was gaining on him. And if I had the opportunity, I was going to try to slide him. I think I could have maybe with a few laps to go, but I knew when that last restart came out, I told my teammates it wasn't going to happen. But I mean, running for points here, so it's a good points night, and really conservative run, and definitely take it.
Yes, sir. You moved up 7 spots tonight to podium's position. So, again, congratulations on that. And do you have any sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to?
Congrats to Caden and Drew on the podium finishes, and I got to thank you guys here for putting on the broadcast. Dirt Series Promotions for letting us have a league that's run really well. Really appreciate Josh and everybody here. I got to thank Randy Carter Painting. I think my dad's watching. Hey Pop, Kyle Hardy Racing, Midwest Forklifts, Landon Smith, Kale Smith, CSC Motorsports. I got a bunch of them now. My son Braden Carter, Kale Smith, Kyle Hardy, Chase Hardy, Travis Anderson, Big John. I think I got everybody there, and I got Twisted Designs. Branson Wilbur does all my wraps, and yeah, got to say hi to my mom, Kale's family. I think they're watching. My fiance Chris, she's watching. Hey Chris, and everybody else that's tuning in. Really appreciate y'all watching, and hopefully we keep this momentum up.
Yes, sir. Hopefully you can keep it up and finish on the podium again next week at Eldora.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night, man.
You too, buddy. Thanks.
And there you have it. Your second place finisher, Michael Carter, in the 015 machine. And next up will be Caden McWhorter, your winner from tonight's race. And Caden, you got a copy?
Yeah.
And I believe you led every lap there from the drop of the green. And running nice and throwing slide jaws back and forth. You just threw slide jaws back and forth with the 157 of Drew Hopkins there for a little bit. Kind of walk us through those early laps with the slide jaws back and forth with Drew.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit too aggressive, but I wanted to set my own pace, and I feel like I needed to lead early if I wanted to win, so that's kind of what I did.
And with a short track like this, I would agree with you that you want to take the lead early and try to hurry up and set your own pace.
Yeah.
And for the later laps, you're starting to run the high side, and therefore, on one part of it, I seen that your spoiler popped off but came back. Just so you know how iRacing is sometimes. Were you kind of scared running the high side a little bit, or did you want to go back down low? Or...
No, actually, I felt way more comfortable on the top 1 and 2. 3 and 4 is where I feel like I started panicking a little bit there at the end. I feel like he was reeling me in 3 and 4 way more than 1 and 2 if I could hit it right.
And late into that race, you had the lap traffic coming up. Were you worried about that lap traffic, or just kind of laying back and hoping the race would hurry up and finish?
I was definitely worried those last 2 laps because he was coming, but yeah, I saw that lap traffic, but I almost feel like it almost would have helped me if I could have got it right. It would have been probably 50-50 if it would have went right or wrong. So I don't know. I was just thankful for that yellow at the end.
And that yellow at the end, I feel like it saved you there. And all your restarts tonight, you're right on point and got a good jump on every restart.
But yeah, I knew 3 to go that it was probably over if I could get my start right, and
that last restart, I will say you did come down and almost hit that tire coming out of 4 coming out to take the green.
oh yeah, I feel like I had to be down there. I feel like I got a huge run if I could just hit it straight, and I feel like I wasn't gonna hit it. I feel like I did enough restarts there where I had it timed right to where I could have got it.
And I will say that's a lot better than what I could have done. I probably would have hit that big, bright yellow tire down there.
Yeah.
And do you have any sponsors that you'd like to give a shout out to, man?
I gotta thank Trey McCorder for the setups tonight. They were on Dig. Jay Dickens, Longhorn, McCorder Bedding, Farrell Farms, Phonic RV, Titan Industries, Olson Scrapyard, Cranes Trucking, Canis Ford, and I think that's it.
Again, congratulations on your victory tonight. And hopefully we catch you back here on the podium for the 3rd week in a row at Eldora next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night, man. And there you have it. Your feature winner tonight of Caden McQuarter in that 14 machine. And that's going to conclude tonight's races. And we are going to be live again next Thursday for the Spring Showdown round number 3, which is going to be happening at Eldora. It's going to be a 60-lap race there. If you're interested in joining the series, it's going to be dirt-series.com. And on the homepage, you can register for the Spring Showdown and join the event next week, as it's going to start at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you can catch that race right here on Right Rear Racing. Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing the stream, and we will catch you here next time. Have a good night.